pre-show conversation, not safe for work.
No.
At all.
NSFW, as the kids say.
Shh, not in front of the baby. By baby, I mean our 27-year-old videographer. Director, whatever he is.
He's our director.
He's my bicycle boy toy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is a first. You sent a text this morning upstairs.
Yes.
Is the lady of the house awake?
Because you didn't come down until about 4 after.
It's pretty settled. I'm here, aren't I? Shush. Okay.
I wasn't going to go up there and see because I don't know what's going on.
God knows what's going on up there. Whew, it's like Cirque du Soleil, sex swings back and forth.
I wouldn't put it past you.
Right? All right. Some of the acrobats just left.
So that's what the clomping down the stairs was.
All right. So the point is, today is a big show because Frangela live in studio. That's why I'm frisky. And Representative Jan Schakowsky, rocking Congresswoman of the great state of Illinois.
Yeah. I want to find out from her how Congress is going to work with all of these new Republicans.
Right. Oh, we'll meet some of them. I have the new Tea Party crowd.
Yes. We have a dossier.
Oh, yes. Well, starting with, by the way.
What?
So we're all focused on the incoming Senator Twisty the Clown.
Yeah.
Joni Ernst's creepy, evil laugh.
Uh-huh.
So let's just do one at a time.
Okay.
Okay, here's her laugh. Okay. Okay. And then I asked you to do this. Funny, right?
Yeah.
It's Vincent Price from Thriller.
Yeah.
So,
oh, boy.
I'm just wondering how many people in Iowa have heard that laugh right before they went in the wood chipper.
Uh-huh.
I don't have any information on that. I'm just saying. Listen to it. Somebody heard that right as they were getting stuff
Or
in.
the hog castrator. They make a hog castrating machine, don't they?
Sure.
You can put people in there.
Bet you she's figured out a way. Oh, and then Rocky Mountain Mike sent one. Must kill the queen. Okay.
Whoa.
What? That's from Naked Gun.
Yes.
Naked Gun.
That was the baseball player, Reggie Jackson.
Must get my Smith & Wesson to defend myself from the government. Okay. All right. I'm just saying, I think for her, the choices were very close to either ending up, that guy in the woods, police or in the Senate. I'm just saying she's like sort of on that line. She could have ended up in the, the survivalist protecting herself in the woods, manhunt.
Why didn't she laugh, before the election was over?
She was saving that for us as a special.
And apparently her husband is just beyond so.
Okay, so she does not have a big gay husband,
No.
which was my first dream.
But they did keep him under wraps.
Oh, yeah, no, he is crazy. He is.
Yep.
Oh, because you know what she said? Okay, I gotta get Carl.
Yeah, let's tease
this. She at one point said there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq.
Yeah.
Because her crazy husband told her. Oh, yeah. She had to walk that back.
Yeah. A little bit.
Okay. All right. Whew, let's go to it.
Carl.
Okay. Carl Frisch. Exciting. Bullfightstrategies.com.
So inviting to me.
Good morning, Carl Frisch.
Good morning.
Come on. Did Joni Ernst laugh? It's almost made.
Oh, don't worry about it. You're
Tuesday's spectacle.
6 years of it.
6 years.
Oh,
Yep.
Lord.
We need you to leave the lesbian lifestyle and co-opt her husband, because apparently we can get any message we want to her through
her husband.
Right. Yes. They had to tamp him down a little bit, as they say in the political strategist game, right, Carl?
Yeah, I think they put him out in the silo for the campaign.
Yeah, now I'm actually forgetting. What was it that he was talking about during the campaign, and they had to be like, oh, hush now.
Yeah.
I don't even
remember.
There are so many crazy Republicans at this point that got elected, I don't even know.
I mean, to say.
In Colorado, the Klingerschmidt, the former Navy chaplain who's super anti-gay, and says that he wants to perform an exorcism on the country to expel the gay demons, he was elected to the state legislature.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, golly. Okay.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Wow.
But, you know, you've been around long enough. You know that there are ups and downs in this political life. And look at all the progress we've made since 1994, when Republicans won Congress for the first time in 50 years.
Yeah. Well, and as we were saying, little comedy gifts. You tweeted best election photo ever. Mitch McConnell voting with the people, the crazy-eyed guy giving the thumbs down right behind him.
It's
awesome.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I've never had a tweet retweeted more or a Facebook post liked by more people.
Yeah. I tweeted the picture too. It's just you can't sum it up more perfectly. By the way, you also tweeted a great Ed Koch quote. The people have spoken, and now they must be punished.
I think that's my mantra for the rest. For the rest of this election.
Well, but Carl, isn't that? I mean, I suppose a silver lining or good news for progressives, and yet a total disconnect is in all these states. When you put progressive issues on the ballot, they won overwhelmingly, and then they voted for the Republican candidate. That there's not a snowball's chance in how they're going to do that.
We talk to people that support us on the issues, but just can't check the box next to the Democrat. That being said, also, I mean, if you look at some of the numbers of turnout, our base just did not turn out like theirs did. We looked a lot more like 2010, maybe even a little bit worse than 2010.
Yeah, I crunched the numbers.
12.
I mean, right.
So I think we have to fix that. That all being said, I mean, we can't just rest on our laurels and hope that 2016 is going to be different because Hillary's on the ballot or whatever.
Right.
I think we need to figure this thing out because we do have a technological and turnout advantage. Our ground game is still better than theirs. We have better tools than they do. That won't be the case forever, and they may be claiming right now that they've, finally caught up with us. They have not. They're just very lucky that this was a wave election.
Well, the map, I mean, obviously, that's the other thing. The map was clearly all theirs this time. I mean, these were, a lot of red states, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of red states. I mean, there are a few in there that I would rather not have lost.
Right.
North Carolina and Colorado.
Yeah. Well, somebody described it as a wave, not a tsunami, but absolutely, there were things we should not have lost.
That being said, 2016, there are a lot of states that Republicans won in 2010 that had it not been a wave election, i.e. a midterm election, they'd have no business holding on to. Places like Pennsylvania.
That's true.
Where even in this election that was horrible for Democrats, we won the governorship by more than 10 points.
Right.
I mean, and you are lucky. You and Chris live in California.
I know.
They have not elected a Republican statewide in California other than Arnold, which I think Republicans would beg to differ that he's not a Republican.
Right.
Other than Arnold since 1998. And the guys they elected in 98 were getting reelected. They've not elected a Republican to his first term in California in 20 years.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have to say,
lucky.
on Election Day, I always feel really lucky. In fact, someone wrote me about that, just about talking about how, California, like usual, just leading the way on a lot of issues. And Governor Brown is doing a great job.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he's
basically the best governor California's ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he turned
up the mess after Ronald Reagan in the 70s.
We are missing the movie
after Arnold Schwarzenegger now.
Right. We are missing the movie catchphrases. Can't get enough of those. We're missing. He does not have as many. Unterminated deficit.
No, but I was a little skeptical of Jerry Brown before, but I'm just impressed as hell.
And look at some of the things that he's talking about getting done now. I mean, he's talking about raising the statewide minimum wage to $15 and banning fracking in the state.
Yeah.
And all these other very progressive things. He's managed to do quite a bit that's progressive already with a Democratic legislature that has a supermajority, and they've managed to save a lot of money in the process. It proves that what we stand for works.
Yeah, well, exactly. You wonder, like,
they've been able to enact most of what they want.
Right. I mean, why you wonder why can't that be the template for the rest of the country? They love to make fun of California. You're like, really? You want? How about if you have all the stuff that we have out here? I mean, if you look at what in many ways, in fact, Brown reminds me of what Obama did after Bush. I mean, he turned everything around.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And except Jerry Brown is much better at bragging about it than Barack Obama.
Well, let's talk about that, because obviously you've I mean, I've been saying it over and over again. You know that, and Bill Maher. We played this whole Bill Maher. Rant, and now I've been hearing it, Carl. You probably have too, from insiders, like aides saying, yes, we screwed up. You should not have run away from the president's record. I think
there are obviously certain candidates that could not be tied to the president. I
disagree.
Or something. That being said,
yeah.
Places like Colorado, places like North Carolina, places like Iowa and Georgia, places with large African-American populations and large Democratic-based populations that need motivation, you cannot run away from the president because
that's exactly
actually turns them out to vote.
Carl, you said it in the beginning here, is that's what happened, is our base didn't turn out. Young people, black people, Latinos, women, we didn't turn out. And as you said, it's even worse than 2010.
Well, you know, it's interesting.
And that the president is the one that mobilizes that.
The last time that Mary Landrieu ended up in a runoff in December, she had run away from President Clinton. I believe it was 98.
Yep.
It could have been 2000. I don't remember. She'd run against.
Yeah, as Bill Maher said, let's ask President Gore how that worked out.
Well, she ran away from Clinton before the runoff, and then in the runoff, she ran with him, to him, to help turn out the base, and she won.
Yeah.
So hopefully she does the right thing this time around and clings on to President Obama. We were seeing glimpses of that towards the end of the election, but certainly not early enough.
Here's the other silver lining for us, Carl. According to this chart, the 2014 electorate was really, really old. So if we could say one thing, it would be...
for God's sake, just die.
So...
We do not want the electorate to
of
die.
Of course not all of it.
No, we want people to have a natural conclusion to their life.
Yes.
We don't want
We want them to go to Oregon and
already.
Oh, dear. Carl, also speaking of silver linings, you said, I don't think we'll be seeing Martha Coakley or Scott Brown on the ballot again anytime soon.
Thank God.
Ever.
Technically, I said Martha Chokley.
Oh, right.
Oh.
And you also said Scott Brown, the first Senate candidate to ever lose twice to women. Maybe if he'd posed in Cosmo a few more times.
My favorite is that he's already, because of where he was running television commercials in southern Maine.
Right.
At the same time.
Because Portland TV stations.
So
yeah.
Right.
He could be looking for a summer house in Maine.
Yeah. I'm thinking that the carpet bag and the truck are already packed.
Maine's a lovely place.
People in...
He can get there from there.
Well, to quote Tina Dupuis, I hope that the carpet bag matches the drapes.
I love
Tina.
I love her.
The funny thing is that his ads that were seen in southern Maine and New Hampshire were also seen in the Boston media market.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So you can imagine how people in Boston were like, wait, didn't we already get rid of this guy?
Sloppy seconds.
Yeah, because New Hampshire essentially has one TV station, and all the other TV stations coming in from either Portland or Boston.
Right.
My parents lived in New Hampshire, so we had all of those stations.
Yeah.
It was I could understand why Mainers were like ready to have the election be over because they were seeing all of the ads for Maine governor, all of the ads for New Hampshire Senate, and all of the ads for Massachusetts governor, as well as all of the targeted congressional races.
Maybe Matthew McConaughey stole his thunder as the hot guy with a car or a truck kind of meme. I don't know. You know what I mean? With the Lincoln Navigator commercials. I mean, because when I watch them, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. You're a handsome guy with a truck. Whatever. You know?
It doesn't make Lincoln sexy for young people, just saying.
He what?
The whole notion is that Lincoln and Buick are trying to become appealing to young people by putting these people in their commercials. I'm not sure it works.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Republicans trotting out a woman or an African American and saying, look, we have them.
Oh, I know. Have you heard
that
how many
woman
people
from Utah?
You've heard how many people are claiming that now. The Republic. Oh, see, there's no war on women. That kind of destroys that whole myth. It's like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, and they point to that woman from Utah. That was the Republican black woman that was elected in Utah.
And they all support the same stuff.
Right. Yeah.
If the rules to join your party are that you have to support the subjugation of women, that's a definition of the war on women. And it's not our fault if you found a few with Stockholm Syndrome.
Exactly. Carl, great stuff this week, and we will continue to check in as we heal.
Yes.
All right. Love you, honey. See ya. There he goes, Carl Frisch.
Hey.
20 minutes after the hour, right back on the Stephanie Miller Show. It is the Stephanie Miller Show. Welcome to it. Frangela, live in studio, hour number 3. How festive.
I love them.
And Representative Jan Schakowsky next hour, 1-800-STEP-1-2, the phone number, toll-free from anywhere. Corky in Rochester. Hey, Corky, welcome.
Hello, Steph.
Hi.
Yeah, I disagree with you on a couple of things. But
I beg your pardon.
the biggest thing is I think instead of trying to stop them from putting through their agenda, I would just announce that this is the government you voted for, and this is the government you didn't show up to vote for. Now you need the spanking you're going to get, and let them have their way. Because with Obama...
Put the entire country in a timeout is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is what you get. You wanted, this government. They're cutting your Social Security. They're cutting your food stamps. They're cutting all the safety nets. I'd say just step back and let them have it.
So you just want to just stay level. So we're just going to be water world.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much.
And then in
because
2016 we can all go on
show up.
ski-doos and vote. Okay. All right, Corky, I get it. All right, I'm just saying in theory. I don't understand, but
I don't think we're going to end up like Waterworld.
all right. Or what's the other apocalyptic movie I'm thinking of? Mel Gibson. Come on. Come on, Nathan. Mel Gibson, you know, the...
Mad Max?
yes, right, Beyond Thunderdome. Thank you.
Well,
All right, hate letter. I have a hate letter.
Beyond Mad Max was the original. Beyond Thunderdome, that was more about anti-entity.
Okay. Chris, we have a hate letter from Bill.
Oh.
By the way, I knew this was going to happen like clockwork, because remember with Sarah Palin, when she was nominated, remember how many letters I got about you're just a jealous old bitch, she's pretty and you're not, whatever. It's the women, you know, the women thing.
Okay.
Like Michelle Bachmann, I'm just jealous.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Right.
Because Joni Ernst is pretty? She looks like a soccer mom. With teeth.
I'm not sure that's... Bill just wanted to make some points.
All right.
Bill writes, Stephanie, I turned into your show yesterday morning to join the other 17 listeners. Just...
Ah!
Oh, ow, touche, Bill.
Ow.
To hear your reaction to last night. The attack on Joni Ernst did not surprise. Your bitterness and jealousy over this woman.
She looks like Twisty the Clown.
I was obviously equally jealous. I wanted to be married to Marcus Bachmann, and also I wanted to be Sarah Palin. I was just... It would be funny if it weren't so sad. She's a U.S. veteran, and now a U.S. senator. In contrast, you're an old cakey-faced political commentator.
Cakey face?
What does cakey-faced mean? Do I have a cakey face?
What does cakey mean?
Bill, what does cakey mean? Now I'm going to obsess about that.
Oh, boy.
Thanks for reading, and God bless America. Bill, okay. You had some other thoughts, Bill. That was just my favorite description of me that I've read lately. I'm an old cakey-faced commentator.
From what I understand,
I would give anything that could be on TV
Yeah.
and have someone put that in the Chiron. Cakey-faced commentator.
From what I understand, her military service, she went to Kuwait in the first Gulf War and didn't see any combat.
I thought she was Iowa National Guard, not...
But she went overseas.
Okay.
She went to Kuwait, but she didn't.
Well, we thank her for
Kuwait. She didn't see any combat in
We
Kuwait.
thank her for her service.
Yes, we do.
This cakey-faced commentator thanks her.
And she made biscuits at Hardee's.
Right. Who didn't do that once? Okay. Josie in, where are you? Houston.
Yeah, actually, it's Jose.
Jose, sorry,
yeah,
Jose,
it's-
sorry.
Okay, hey, good morning to you. I just, I kind of wanted to just make a real brief comment about what you were saying about.
Oh, yikes. I took this call too late.
Yeah.
Hang on. We're going
Hold
to
on.
hold you over the break.
Yeah.
Sorry. You know what? I am cakey-faced and forgetful. Look what time it is.
Yeah, you're cakey-eyed, too. You can't see the clock.
I'm the 70 move.
Who hasn't made mistakes? I once French kissed a dog at a party to try to impress what turned out to be a very tall 12-year-old.
You would French kiss a dog anyway.
But only Max's handsome, romantic rubber gorilla lips.
What about Fred? You're leaving Fred out. Fred's
He
feeling.
does not have rubber gorilla lips. Only Max does.
And Fred's gay, so he wouldn't
Yes,
kiss
that's
you anyway.
correct. Yeah, he wouldn't be into it.
All right.
Okay, 34 minutes after
Has
the
Fred
hour.
ever tried to kiss Max?
Yes, they kiss each other every time they come in the room together when they haven't seen each other. Kills me. Okay, let's get back to the, okay, KD, yes. Steph, Republicans made big gains in the elections. Voters commenting that their greatest concern was the state of the economy, if you look at polling. In other news, oh yes, this just in, lower unemployment and widespread job gains are leading the stock market higher again in trading. Oh, by the way,
What?
all the what do you call it? Stock market skyrocketing, doubling since Obama's been in office.
Yep.
No word on that, but now it's the Republican rally. The 100 points that happened Wednesday, that's a Republican rally.
Republicans had nothing to do with that.
Right.
All right.
Okay, ADP reported solid job gains in October of 230,000 jobs, higher than expected. Prices at the pump continue to drop, with an average price of gasoline now at a 4-year low of $2.96. Oh, great. Nicely done, America. Yeah, I don't ask me. By the way, here's the happy clappy news.
Uh-huh.
I have some happy clappy music. Thank you.
Yep.
We talked to Carl a little bit about this, and we've been talking to Jackie about this forever. That if you poll every part of the Affordable Care Act, it polls wildly popular.
Yep.
If you say Obamacare, they go, oh no, I hate that.
Yeah.
Because and that's where the right-wing noise machine and the Republicans, have sort of won that issue, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is what kills me. All these progressive issues that were put directly to voters won by wide margins. Progressive issues work, and they win. A chart. Minimum wage increases won by 26 points. Voters side with progressive issues on the ballot by overwhelming margins. Paid sick leave won by 20 points. Reproductive rights by 28 points.
Mm-hmm.
Background checks by 20 points. Just imagine what would have happened if our Democratic candidates actually campaigned furiously on these progressive issues instead of running away from them and the president. Thank you. Thank you, Charlie McCharter, too, whoever sent me this. And that'll be interesting to see what happens now. We'll talk to Jackie about that, what happens with the Affordable Care Act, because we said yesterday it is a shame that people, in red states now that, where Governor won, that it's very likely the Medicaid expansions will not happen, so people will literally die.
Yeah.
So that part is not funny. This part is a little hopeful, too, as I mentioned to Carl, that the 2014 electorate was really, really old. Death is stalking them. Older voters help propel Republicans to sweeping victories Tuesday in the Senate and gubernatorial races nationwide, according to exit polls from NBC News. The disparity...
Death stalks you at every turn.
All right.
There it is.
Okay.
Death.
Okay.
At my age, the mind starts playing tricks. So,
making you vote for Joni Ernst?
Oh, where were we?
Hey.
Death.
All right. Yep, look at all the old people in Iowa.
Yeah.
Joni! The disparity between the under 30 and over 60 was the widest it has been in a decade. The polls found seniors comprised 37% of the electorate. Young people made up 12%. That was even more extreme than 2010, another great Republican year. So, thanks, slackers! Get off your couch in 2016.
Stop eating those Cheetos.
Exactly. Wipe off your orange fingers and let's get them into the ballot box. Okay. Paul speaking of Iowa. Hello, Paul.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, go ahead.
I just want to say I was really embarrassed to be in Iowa Tuesday night.
Aw.
Because, we pride ourselves, we're the second best educated state last year, according to it, and we elected the biggest idiot ever.
Joni Ernst, you refer to?
Yes.
Yes, all right. Yes.
And it was amazing stuff. I actually counted one night. I watched all her commercials. With her packs and her commercials and everything, she outdid Braley 4-1 in commercials.
I know.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, talk about, that was the other big story, I think, from Tuesday is, the after effects of Citizens United and McCutcheon and all of this dark money. I mean, it really is as overwhelming as we thought it would be, right?
Oh, yeah, and speaking of age, I'm 23, Steph.
Yes?
I went and do my precinct on Tuesday. They said, wow, an actual young person.
Yeah, good for you. Well, I am counting on you to activate the whippersnapper base in 2016, all right?
Okay.
All right. Joni, thanks you, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. All right. I was talking to somebody. Oh, no, I think we lost them. Gary in Louisiana, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hi, Gary.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, go ahead.
Okay, Pundit earlier was talking about how she should turn and run with Obama. She's already come out with a new commercial for the runoff about how Louisiana is pumping more oil now than it ever has. But she does mention about the moratorium he put on after the Gulf incident, so that wasn't good. But
no, you would hate to have a moratorium after there's been a major disaster in the Gulf, right? That would have been right.
And she has done a lot for energy in Louisiana, totally a lot.
Sure.
And also, you won't be seeing the kissing congressman anymore either in the 5th district that I live in.
Who's that?
Oh, the guy that was caught on...
the kissing congressman.
Yeah.
You know what I have to say in his defense? He was a really good kisser.
I know.
Were you under attack by him as well, Steph?
No, I'm just saying a girl appreciates a good kisser. You know, just saying. He didn't do like the full facial lick. It looked very romantic, actually. I mean, for, a cheating bastard. It wasn't just like it was like a very deep, it was a deep kiss. Women, chicks, we appreciate deep kisses.
It wasn't like that kiss in Times Square after World War II.
Well, no, in that it was sleazy and cheating. But my point is, God bless him. I'm giving him points for technique. All right. That's something his wife didn't, but,
No.
Max in Ohio. Probably just gives the wife a little peck. Hi, home. Where's dinner? Max in Ohio.
Hey, Steph, how are you?
Good, honey. Go ahead.
Just a little note about Ohio. I know no one really paid attention because Ed Fitzgerald sucked, quite frankly. But
that's what?
Ed Fitzgerald, it was just a laughable race. John Kasich won 63.85% of the vote.
Yeah.
Early indications on turnout are between 36.2 and 40%, which means he won about 25% of the electorate.
Yeah.
So, to me, it's good news because he can continue to ruin the state, and when we get turnout in 16, we'll carry Ohio again. But in the meantime, be looking for another right-to-work fight coming soon to a community near you in Ohio.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, look, I think we learned a lot of lessons, and one of them is that somebody really ought to think about
Stephanie Miller.
Yeah, some progressive infrastructure in the country, I'm just saying. Because we have a megaphone, but it's a little teeny megaphone compared to, and they just get it. They've gotten it for 20 years about right-wing infrastructure, and all those right-wing groups support all those shows, and it's part of it. It's all part of it. All right, let's go. Let's do one more. Walt in Illinois. You're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hi, Walt. Hello, Walt. Oh, Walt could not hang on. Chantel in Florida. Hello, Chantel.
Hey, Steph.
Hi.
I just had to call and say I'm super embarrassed to be a Floridian right now. I just want to know, would you let me crash on your couch for like a cool week?
Sure.
And bring snacks?
Sure.
I cannot believe
what kind of
that
snacks?
he allowed Rick Scott to get back in the office.
I know. First of all, he's a crook.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even understand how he got in the first place.
What I said yesterday was, for all the Democrats and other people that could have came out and voted, don't complain. If you did not vote, if you didn't go out there and try to get someone to go vote, don't complain when they start rolling everything back.
Well, Chantel, I was making a little bit of a in cheek point, but not really, in the sense that we've been saying this, about we got to turn out, we got to turn out. This was exactly what was predicted was going to happen, and part of it is the media microphone. We don't have the media microphone that they do, and for some reason, wealthy liberals don't get it,
Yeah, what killed me was that people were saying that they didn't vote for Chris was because he switched parties too many times. I'm like, wait a minute, y'all didn't hear about the Clintons? Wasn't Hillary Clinton at one point Goldwater girl?
She was.
Bill Clinton at one point was a Republican and then switched to Democrat. They tend to forget these things. I'm only 32 years old.
Right.
It's embarrassing for me that I continue to go to the ballot box, but people that are of my age group did not. But they're going to be the ones complaining next year when Rick Scott does all the things he's planning to do.
Yeah. Well, we've been saying it over and over. We got to get out. And we didn't. I mean, this is pure and simple. By the way, I was a Goldwater girl too, but I had an excuse. Would you like to know what it is? I was 3. That was my excuse.
I mean, it's just the whole point. The whole history lesson for me is that I'm younger than these people, and yet they still don't get it.
Yeah.
It's not about who switches parties. It's about what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep things going, and I completely agree. A lot of Democrats that ran away from Obama got what they deserved.
Yeah. And I wonder if that's part of, not mobilizing, the black base, all of it, right? The young people, all the people that turned out for Obama the last couple of times, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's mind-boggling. I mean, I used to run a precinct. I used to help in the voting process, so it's doubly disheartening for me.
Yeah. Wow. People must have been startled to see someone that wasn't 145 years old.
Yeah.
All right, honey. Thanks.
Especially in Florida.
What is that? It's always Crypt Keeper time at your polling place, right?
There might be.
I have never been handed a ballot without the liver spots. Yeah.
It's either old people or interesting people.
Right.
Right. That make
That's
interesting eyeglass choices.
Right, exactly. So they can see, because in case of recount, they need to have that giant eye like that guy in Florida.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, 45 minutes after the hour, right back on the Stephanie Miller Show. It is the Stephanie Miller Show. Welcome to it.
Were you trying to get down with the kids by saying "I"?
1-800-STEPH-12, the phone number, toll free from anywhere. Oh, looky here. There's this guy. A Democrat stands with President Obama and wins. Huh. Oh, that's a weird. Gary Peters, yeah. In Michigan.
Oh.
Became the only Democratic U.S. Senate nominee in the final weeks of the campaign to welcome President Obama into Detroit for a rally the weekend before the election. Nicely done, Senator. All right. Meanwhile, would you like to meet some of our new overlords?
Oh, no. Benevolent overlords or malicious overlords?
Would you like to meet some of our new... Okay. I think we need a Joni Ernst laugh to throw in here. This is because she would be the she'd be driving the clown car, I believe, but there's more Tea Party. Okay, here we go. All right, let's start with her. Here are some things that soon-to-be Iowa Senator Twisty the Clown, Joni Ernst, pardon me, actually said, oh, you know what? Jim may like her because she is a conspiracy theorist.
Oh.
Agenda 21. Have you heard of this? Yeah, they did a good job camouflaging all crazy in this race. While campaigning last November, she backed a right-wing theory that the UN Sustainable Development Plan, Agenda 21, is a conspiracy that would enable the government to strip Americans of their freedom and eliminate private property rights.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
She said, what I've seen, the implications that it was by moving people off their agricultural land, they're going to take the farms! And consolidating them into city centers, and then telling them that they don't have property rights anymore. These are all things the UN is behind.
Oh, my God. No.
Okay. Can I keep the hog balls? Okay, let's see. Okay, that's that. Let's just getting started. Okay. Oh, WMD in Iraq. I mentioned this.
Right.
She told the Des Moines Register's editorial board in May she believed there were weapons of mass destruction found during the U.S. invasion.
There weren't.
She said, I do have reason to believe that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Well, that's good enough for me.
What intelligence did she see?
I'll tell you, her crazy husband.
Oh, dear. Okay. Yay.
When the reporter quizzed her on what information she has, Ernst says, my husband served in Saudi Arabia as the Army Central Command Sergeant Major for a year, and that's a hot-button topic in that area. Oh, well, if it's all the water cooler talk with your crazy husband and his friends, then it must be true.
So she reported gossip among her husband's friends as fact to the Des Moines Register.
Right. She had to walk that back a little bit.
I would assume so, yeah.
Audio 47% mentality. Audio recorded by Radio Iowa in 2013 revealed that Ernst, like many conservatives, holds a makers versus takers view toward social welfare programs. But her comments went further than Mitt Romney's 47%. She said, among other things, let's see, so much of what church, let's see, blah, blah, blah. Oh, in the years since I was a small girl at the Hardys or whatever.
Right.
We have lost a reliance on not only our own families, but so much of what our churches and private organizations used to do. They used to have wonderful food pantries. They used to provide clothing for those that really needed it. But we've gotten away from that. Now we're at a point where the government will just give away anything.
Churches still provide care like that.
Right. Okay. Ernst has claimed she does not possess the scientific know-how to weigh in on whether humans are causing climate change. Really? I would have mistaken her for a scientist. She did chalk it up to cyclic changes in the weather. She said, yes, we do see climate change, but I have not seen proven proof. Well, if you haven't seen proven proof.
Yeah, that's the only kind of proof.
Proven proof. Oh, dear God, that it's entirely man-made. I think we do have, I love how this is just an opinion question. I think we do have cyclic changes in weather, and I think that's been throughout the course of history. Okay. Oh, and we know that she really likes her gun. Her ad featured her shooting at a target that's supposed to represent the federal government. See what I'm saying? She could have ended up that guy in the woods.
Yeah.
That guy in the woods.
So she has assassination fantasies.
This is Eric Klein, or in the Senate.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, at a 2012 NRA event, she said her firearm would help protect her if the government imposes on her rights. So it's not like she'd just go off shooting willy-nilly.
Right.
The government would have to really piss her off. She said, I have a beautiful little Smith & Wesson 9mm. Oh, well, good luck with that. And it goes with me virtually everywhere. I believe in the right to defend myself, whether it's from an intruder or whether it's from the government, should they decide that my rights are no longer important. She also has suggested President Obama should be impeached, expressed openness to privatizing Social Security, called for abortion providers to be punished if a fetal personhood bill were passed, and opposed a federal minimum wage hike. There she is, your brand new senator. Twisty the Clown. That is funny. That is really funny, unless you happen to... All right, at top of the hour, we'll get to some of the newer... who else is in the clown car?
It scares me.
The new Tea Party Congress people. Just as crazy as her, including the Colorado. They just elected a Republican exorcist who believes gay people want your soul. All right. We're soul stealers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they also want to propagate the gay species.
Right. Because we've been promoted to a species?
Because gay people are all about the procreation.
Right. Right. Brian in Michigan. Hello, Brian.
Man, it gives me a headache just thinking about this stuff.
Boy. Yep.
Speaking of headaches, I think I'd rather have the governor from Walking Dead in charge of my state than Snyder. I don't know if he's blaming the elderly, because that was one of the things Snyder did was raise taxes on the elderly people. I mean, people, seniors and whatnot. And I was really hoping that they would come out and get this guy out of office.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the long and short of it. We didn't turn out.
I was happy Peters got in, like you said before. At least we got, one of our people on there, but just, I cannot stand Schneider. He's taking credit for the the economic upturn in Michigan, not realizing that it's a good deal that has to do with the auto bailout, which he was against.
Right. Yeah. No, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, exactly. That's what happened in Michigan can be described in one, just by that auto bailout. Thank you. Say it with me. Thank you, President Obama.
Thank you, President Obama.
All right. Let's go to Mike in West Virginia. Hello, Mike.
Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Chris. I'm just sitting on my ceiling fan comfortably.
Oh, yes. Good.
Yes.
Because my wife and I worked on the campaign here, and we were at Democratic headquarters. And at first it was kind of like getting punched in the arm by a teenager, and then it was like being, run over with a boulder that had a Koch brother logo on it. And
suddenly you were in a Roadrunner cartoon.
And I kind of hung on that phrase that Joni, it's proven proof. It sounds like an old Tuesday morning zoo team from the 1980s.
Right. She doesn't have proven proof.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm proven and I'm proof.
Proven proof in the morning.
Everybody.
Good buddy, everybody.
Oh, boy. I'm glad she pointed out that she's not a scientist. Because they're all about the proven proofs. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Happy morning for America. And then we'll be right back on the Stephanie Miller Show. Yes. It is the Stephanie Miller Show. Welcome to it. 1-800-STEP-1 to the phone number, toll-free from anywhere. Frangela, live in studio, next hour. Very, very exciting. Representative Jan Schakowsky of the great state of Illinois coming up at the bottom of the hour. Solange from Washington State writes out, Steph.
Solange Knowles?
Right, no.
No? Oh.
Right, Steph, it is fascinating that when it comes to politicians, Republicans get elected, at least this round.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to policies, people tend to vote Democratic. Dare I say progressive. Why? She's right. Legalizing pot wins, gun reform wins, prison reform wins, fracking ban wins in Texas, nonetheless. Did you hear about that?
No. That's amazing.
One area in Texas, yeah. Minimum wage increase wins. None of these are supported by the current Republican Party. Not to mention personhood measures lose overwhelmingly, even in red states.
I saw that.
The ACA is becoming more and more popular as people are seeing how it helps them. Marriage equality has seen unprecedented increases of support in a relatively short period of time. And a majority of people think we should do something about climate change. This is all exactly the opposite of what the Republican Party stands for. So what is it? I'm guessing something to do with gerrymandering, voter restrictions, and dark money. Just saying. Some good guesses. Some good amateur guesses there. All right. President Obama yesterday gave it. Oh, by the way, did Peggy Noonan chime in on whether he was gracious and humble enough like George W. Bush was?
I don't think he was a little too gracious yesterday, but whatever.
The American people sent a message, one that they've sent for several elections now. They expect the people they elect to work as hard as they do. So to everyone who voted, I want you to know that I hear you. To the 2/3 of voters who chose not to participate in the process yesterday,
Oy.
I hear you too.
Ooh. Actually, thank you, sir. Nicely done.
Well played, sir.
Well played. He admitted the GOP had a good night on Tuesday. He said, obviously, Republicans had a good night. They deserve credit for running good campaigns. And then he said, just what he just said. The people sent a message. They expect us to work as hard as they do. He went on to say this.
What I'd like to do is to hear from the Republicans to find out what it is that they would like to see happen. And what I'm committing to is making sure that I am open to working with them on the issues where they think that there's going to be cooperation.
I like that. It's like, okay, what do you got? He said the American people overwhelmingly believe this town doesn't work well, and as president, they rightly hold me accountable to do more to make it work properly. I'm the guy who's elected by everybody. They want me to push hard to close some of these divisions, break through gridlock, get some of these things done. So the most important thing I can do is get stuff done. He said, I'm looking forward to Republicans putting forth a very specific agenda. I think that was very smart.
Yeah.
It's because a lot of, again, what our letter writer just referred to, a lot of what American people are for, Republicans are not for. So what do you got? Like,
Yep.
Anyway, he said and I love this, on the issue of immigration reform, Obama said he felt obligated to do everything I can do lawfully to reform the nation's broken immigration system. He promised any executive orders would be replaced and supplanted by action by Congress. This was smart. He said, you send me a bill I can sign and those actions go away. I'm eager to see what they have to offer, but what I'm not going to do is wait. I love the headline yesterday already from McConnell warns the president on immigration. It's like, don't be getting all uppity again.
Yeah.
I love this. Obama and McConnell spoke by phone earlier today. Did you hear that the president couldn't reach Mitch McConnell to congratulate him? Like, really? Really? Because he's just not, one story had said, he had already left. Really? He doesn't have a cell phone. He's the new Senate Majority Leader?
He hasn't been elected Senate Majority Leader yet. And Ted Cruz and Joni Ernst have indicated they might not vote for him, so there may be a coalition that votes against him as Majority Leader.
Whatever. I'm just saying.
I know.
Are we just used to unprecedented disrespect? Who doesn't take a call from the President of the United States whenever it comes in? Oh yeah, he's not here. He left already or was in bed. Or really? Okay, the President again yesterday.
If there are ideas that the Republicans have that I have confidence will make things better for ordinary Americans, the fact that the Republicans suggesting it as opposed to a Democrat, that'll be irrelevant to me. I want to just see what works.
I'm just guessing. You've all done it. The call waiting. He's probably talking to who knows who, one of his relatives in the Galapagos or something. Oh, it's whatever. POTUS. Okay, I don't have to take that. Decline.
He's talking to Tippy Turtle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Paul in Pennsylvania. Hello, Paul.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I just had a couple points to make. Everybody talks about how fractured the Republican Party is, but yet when they speak with one voice. And
hello.
The national media is their echo chamber.
Yep.
I think the Democrats are going to have to do a lot of soul searching and, decide whether they want to be the party of FDR, Truman, Kennedy, and Johnson, or whether they want to be the party of, the Clintons, Andrew Cuomo, Cory Booker, and Tom Friedman. And I also blame the Democratic Party machine for the loss because they couldn't construct a positive message if Joni Ernst held a gun to their head.
Well, yeah, and it's just, I love that it's like now a warning time. What we've been saying forever that then Bill Maher echoed last week. We've been saying this forever. Why are you running away from the president against the Affordable Care Act and all of your accomplishments?
Now a warning?
Now everyone's going, well, clearly what happened is they ran him. Okay. All right.
So
let's see who else is in the clown car, Juana.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just wondering who in the Democratic leadership do you blame for this?
I don't know. That's what I mean. I don't know if this was a party-wide decision, whether all these, I know that, I was reading reports that the president, they said, well, they felt like it's up to the person at the head of the ticket to do what they want, but that he did feel privately, resentful that a lot of these candidates were asking him to stay away. But, so I don't know, was it everybody's individual decision? But it just seemed like there's too many of them.
Yeah, it seemed like there was too many of them. It seems like it came down from on high. So I wonder if it was in the Democratic Party leadership or the DCCC or the DSCC.
Yeah, actually, I like this story today in the New York Times. One aide said he doesn't feel repudiated because, again, if you look at his record, I'd be pissed if I were him, too. It's like what he's accomplished in this unbelievable obstructionism and... Okay. He invited Republican and Democratic leaders to the White House on Friday. He's eager to throw off the constraints of a campaign that he did not direct and begin to defend his record in a more robust way again. Good. He's going to be aggressive. He's ready to go. He's fired up. He's ready to go, Chris.
I've heard.
Absent a change in attitude from the president and a genuine outreach on issues that matter to them, Republicans said, oh, I see, he just has that uppity attitude still.
You know how he gets.
The next 2 years could simply usher in even more political squabbling. I love this. Oh, somebody who was President George Bush's political director said there's a huge opportunity to get things done if his frame of mind is in the right place, and it's not clear that it is. He's never shown an interest or willingness to work with members of Congress.
Oh, my God.
Once again, it's that humility we all remember from George W. Bush. Mr. Obama's aides who said they had not done a good job of getting out the president's record, do you think? But, again, it would have helped if all the candidates around the country were trumpeting it as well, noting the deficit has fallen by half, unemployment is now below 6%, the price of gasoline has fallen sharply, and the economy is growing at a decent rate. In those red states we talked about with Carl Frisch and others, Mr. Obama was politically toxic and deferred to candidates who asked him to stay away. The White House concluded that it should be the responsibility of those individuals who have their names at the top of the ballot to drive the strategy. Mr. Obama understood in some cases, but privately resented others. We think that was a mistake, one aide said. And they were correct. A former White House advisor said voters in the polls were just as negative about Republican leaders as they were about Mr. Obama. It's a, epic fail. Epic fail. All right, let's open the clown car, see who we got. Let's see who we got in there. All right, let's see, because just because Joni Ernst is she's the funnest crazy in the clown car. Okay. Oh, here it is. Representative Tom Emmers.
Yes, and he's with?
He is replacing bat crazy Michelle Bach.
Oh, no.
And I have to say, some big clown shoes to fill. Not a bad choice.
They elected crazy again in that district? Oh.
He didn't argue the minimum wage is too low, but rather too high. He proposed slashing it. It's a more moderate version of his plan to eliminate the minimum wage for everybody. He also promised to veto anti-bullying legislation despite the fact that a number of gay teens have recently committed suicide in his district. Finally, he spearheaded a conservative push to nullify Obamacare. That's what's the word they use. Unconstitutional. Yeah. It started a whole kind of war. Back. It's not important now. It's in history. It's a long time ago. Representative Barbara Comstock?
Yes,
she's a very gummy representative.
She's a pundit who's very gummy. Lots of gums. All gums.
Like, remember you do that in school and you would stick your lip up like that?
Yep. She's all gums like Meg Ryan.
Oh, I thought you were thinking Meg Whitman.
No.
Who is also gummy.
Right. Meg Ryan is also gummy.
We are so immature.
What?
As if the Koch brothers didn't have enough influence over American politics already, they now have one of their own former lobbyists in the halls of Congress. She also lobbied for Blackwater, the military.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're now known as Z.
Right.
Z.
Ooh, they've rebranded.
Z.
She also led the push for a mandatory ultrasound that would have originally required women who wanted abortion, even victims of rape and incest.
That's that transvaginal thing?
Transvaginal ultrasound.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Let's do one more before the break. Representative Glenn Grothman, Republican of Minnesota. His views are as prolific as they are extreme. He believes women are paid less because money is more important for men.
Did he say that?
Friggin' dames. But they just spend it. And makeup and stuff. He thinks Martin Luther King...
And at the beauty parlor.
He thinks Martin Luther King Day shouldn't be a holiday, and nor should Kwanzaa, because almost no black people today care about Kwanzaa, just white left-wingers who try to shove it down black people's throats in an effort to divide Americans.
Kwanzaa's not a federal holiday.
Okay, it's not important now.
It's not even a state holiday in most states.
Grothman also believes teachers should not be allowed to mention homosexuality in the classroom. doesn't believe workers should have a guaranteed weekend, and argued that voter ID might help Republicans win a close presidential election. Okay, that's just the it's just the front seat of the clown car. We'll get to the back seat as we continue. All right, 18 minutes after the hour, this hour of the Stephanie Miller Show, brought to you by GoToMeeting. Good communication, it is crucial for any business, right? Especially when the people you work with aren't in the same office. We have shadowy figures in this organization. Who knows where they are?
Yeah, and we even have shadowy figures just across town.
Right. You need to be able to stay connected and meet with coworkers and clients wherever they are. That's why millions of small businesses like ours rely on Citrix GoToMeeting. You should too. It is the proven solution for meeting and collaborating online. You can share the same screen at the same time. All of y'alls review documents, presentations in real time, and you have built-in HD video conferencing. All you need is a webcam. You see each other face to face. You see whatever document or PowerPoint you're working on at the same time. It is spectacular.
It is.
GoToMeeting allows you to present, demonstrate, or just simply meet from anywhere with any Mac, PC, tablet, smartphone. You can do it on the road. You can do it from wherever you happen to be. See why millions of us choose GoToMeeting. Start hosting your own face-to-face meetings today online. Try it free for 30 days. Once you go to meeting, you're never going back. I'm just telling you. Visit GoToMeeting.com. Click on that little Try It Free button. That's GoToMeeting.com for your free 30-day trial. 19 minutes after the hour, right back on the Stephanie Miller Show. Yeah, it is the Stephanie Miller Show. Representative Jan Schakowsky coming up at the bottom of the hour. Frangela, live in studio, comedy duo extraordinaire.
Yep.
1-800-STEPH-1 to the phone number. Yes.
I had some people asking where we can get that article that you're reading from with all the crazy clown car. I'll post it up at the Stephanie Miller Facebook page.
From Think Progress.
Exactly.
All right. Walt in Illinois, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hi, Walt.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi. Go ahead.
Would it be interesting if some of the Democrats in the Senate started filibustering?
Yeah, well, right. Payback's a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Let's do a quick
let's have the president start vetoing first.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea yesterday that he just, did they still mimeograph? Just a picture of his middle finger and just write veto up it.
I don't think they've mimeographed since 1985.
All right.
Sorry.
Kay in Tennessee. You're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hi, Kay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Actually, as we speak, I'm out here on the side of the road picking up campaign signs. So I apologize if there's background noise.
That's all right.
I just wanted to tell you that I'm the co-chair of the Sumner County Democratic Party. Sumner County is a county that borders Davidson County, which is Nashville, so right outside of Nashville.
Right.
And I'm also on the Election Commission.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted to let you know that since 2012, we have been providing red T-shirts to our poll workers at the expense of the taxpayers of the county. And when you walk in on Election Day, all you see is a sea of red.
Right.
So there's a nonpartisan clause, there's a law in the state where you can't have anything beyond a certain boundary line that's partisan, but yet we allow, as once again, like I said, paid for by the taxpayers in Tennessee, or the county, rather.
Right.
$6 a piece for these shirts. We spent $4,000 in 2012 for shirts for poll workers. And I just think it's something that's very partisan, and it should not be there.
It's psychological warfare. It's psyops.
Well, it's electioneering, and isn't that prohibited?
Yes, but Travis's poll worker told him he couldn't wear his Obama Superman T-shirt into it.
Because that's electioneering, even though Obama's not on the ballot.
And then she also whispered, "I know who you work for. I like her," which must be whispered in our new America.
Yeah,
which must be whispered in our new America. I like Stephanie Miller. Okay. So let's see. Let's open the clown car one more time. Representative Alex Mooney, Republican of West Virginia.
Mooney.
New Tea Party congressman. He has garnered a virulently anti-gay reputation, warning that LGBT people were attempting to be legally recognized as minorities. Oh, my God. He also warned that advocates of gay rights were trying to curb free speech. Representative Ken Buck, remember him? It is who he is and what he does.
Yeah.
Republican of Colorado.
Oh, my God.
He, of course, believes being gay is a choice, just like being an alcoholic. He also declared in 2010 voters should support him instead of his female opponent because I do not wear high heels.
All right.
Despite being in a heavy military state with thousands of veterans, he once called for privatizing their health care. Good idea. Spectacular. Representative Jody Heiss, Republican of Georgia. If he had his druthers, the more than 100 women currently elected to Congress better have permission from their husbands to be there. That guy.
Oh, God.
He says if a woman's within the authority of her husband, I don't see a problem.
Wow.
He doesn't believe Muslims should be protected by the First Amendment because Islam's not a religion.
But it is.
He believes homosexuality is a choice. States can nullify federal laws like Obamacare,
right.
which is, once again, unconstitutional.
Okay.
All right, after the break, we will get to the Colorado who they just elected a Republican exorcist.
Yeah.
Who believes that gay people are they're soul stealers. That's just for starters. He has some other thoughts. Let's go to Cliff.
They're like banshees.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Cliff in Oklahoma, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Hello, Cliff.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Go ahead.
I know. Oh well, I know. Job of the Rush is probably crowing today, and probably been crowing yesterday about this whole thing. But
right.
I'm wondering why it is that Democrats don't show up in midterms, and we keep having this conversation over and over and over again. They act as if it's not important. Wait, it's just as important as the general election is.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is that we have somebody like Mary Fallon, who has been reelected governor.
Oklahoma, yep.
I cannot stand the woman a damn bit.
Yep. Well, look, I don't know how many times we can say it, but this is what's going to happen. If we don't disprove the political wisdom. 29 minutes after the hour, Representative Jan Schakowsky. We'll talk to her about that next on the Stephanie Miller Show. It's the Stephanie Miller Show. Welcome to it. 34 minutes after the hour, 1-800-STEP-12, the phone number, toll free from anywhere. All right, you know who I had? What did I say? What did I say immediately after this disaster on Tuesday?
What?
Get me Jan Schakowsky.
Yes, you did.
Good morning, rockin' Congresswoman from the great state of Illinois.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
Well, listen, it is small comfort, but Representative, let's talk about what happened. Obviously, I don't know if you heard this Bill Maher rant, but I've been saying this over and over again for months now. I do not understand why Democrats ran away from President Obama and his record of accomplishment.
It's clearly a serious mistake. I mean, we had so much to say. The country was on the brink of total disaster, losing 800,000 jobs. Now we've had 55 straight months of private sector job growth. Unemployment was 7.8. It's 5.9%. Economy was declining, 5.5% minus, and now growing at 4.6. The deficit, they talk about the deficit. It was 9.8% of GDP. Now it's 2.8%. 10 million people have health care. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And I think that being on defense, when you're on defense, you're losing.
Yeah.
You have to be on offense to be a winner and to give people confidence that you can continue to be a winner.
Well, and obviously the other big story, Representative, is we didn't turn out. None of our constituencies turned out, and to me that's the other mistake in not getting President Obama out there to mobilize his base.
Well, I can't speak for other places. Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, they were here many times in Illinois. I think the problem is people are scared. They don't feel the government is helping them. And look, Americans have not had a raise for a decade. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I think in some ways the Mitch McConnell strategy of blocking everything and the Boehner strategy of blocking everything and then blaming the president when things don't happen. But midterm elections, this is historic. This is not true just now.
Right.
Usually, in fact, the House loses 29 members during a midterm election of the second term of a president, and we've done better than that. As bad as it is for us, we beat the odds of history, but. So we have to figure out a way. Here's the other thing. I called the Democratic Governors Association, the DGA, yesterday. You know how many governors we have as Democrats? 18. 18 out of 50.
Wow.
But look at where the races were. They were during midterm elections. And so you're right. We have to figure out what is the key to getting people out during midterms. And we're talking about single women didn't come out.
Yeah.
historically, they didn't in 2010.
Yeah. Young people, African Americans, Latinos, you name it, you know.
There you go. You named it. You named it. That's it. And so we have to, we have to figure this out.
Well, yeah, I mean, and obviously, you know, as the president said too, I mean, the map was historically bad for us. I mean, part of this is like, as you say, the typical, you know, midterm thing, but part of it is the map and the map is, as you know, much better for us in 2016, and I think with Hillary Clinton, hopefully, you know, as our nominee, things look decidedly different.
We're in a totally new environment starting today. I imagine right now there's a war going on within the Republicans. Do they govern, or does the Tea Party, you know, the sensibility prevail, or does the Tea Party govern? And I want to tell you, this election is not a mandate for the Tea Party agenda.
Right.
If they think that, it's wrong. All they have to do is look at the referenda around the country. All the states have had a ballot question on whether to raise the minimum wage.
Yep.
Overwhelming.
Yeah. All kinds of progressive issues, Congresswoman. I mean, background checks, because all the things Americans are hugely for, that right, President Obama and the Democrats are for, won overwhelmingly. I mean, what do you make of that? It's, you know, all of these progressive issues won, even in deep red states.
What I make of that is that progressives and Democrats need to stand tall. We need to get off defense, on offense, on these issues that really matter to Americans. They told us that. You know, many races were close, but these referenda were not close. They told us what they want. Now we've got to demand it.
Well, this is, I mean, part of it, Congressman, we got to figure out how to grab the media microphone, because, you know, honestly, it's like we've talked about the ACA. You pull each component of it, and it's wildly popular. You say Obamacare, and people go, no, I don't, you know.
No, but you say things like Connect, which is the Kentucky. Obamacare,
yeah. Right.
And people say they love it, but keep that Obamacare away from me.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's like it's another version of keep your, you know, your government hands off my Medicare.
Exactly.
But I mean that's part of my point is how do we overcome this, because that's clearly in all these states where they voted, Congresswoman, for these progressive things, they voted for the Republican that's not ever going to let those things happen.
No, I know, but you know, when they try to start repealing, if they make the mistake and do it, of Obamacare and say, oh, really? You want 10 million people who have health care, or maybe just a couple million? You're going to take away those benefits? You want to start cutting Social Security and Medicare? You just try that. It is not going to work. And how about immigration reform? You want to impeach the president if he tries to do something on immigration reform? You will never win another presidential election, ever, if you don't get right on immigration reform. So we have the issues on our side, and they may and themselves be giving us opportunities to draw that contrast. In the meantime, we have to be brave and even not so brave. Obviously, being on defense is not a winning strategy for us.
Well, this is why we love you so much.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to be there, but I really think that we may be able to, especially if we put Nancy Pelosi back as leader. She announced yesterday she wants to run for leader. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
100 women in Congress now, not all on our team, but we need a woman leader in the House of Representatives, and she has proven to be brave and strong and willing to take on the Republicans.
Representative, let me ask you a tough question that I've heard a lot of people talking about, and because I love Debbie Wasserman Schultz, I've had her on the show many times, but. It's interesting. Already you had Harry Reid, spokesperson, blaming President Obama for the election results. There's obviously a little bit of a circular firing squad. But, I mean, where did this decision come from to run against President Obama and his his record? Right, his record, because I also think that's part of what kept the base away.
Well, you know what? For example, if I had been Allison Lundgren Grimes and they said, did you vote for President Obama, I would say, well, I certainly did not vote for the guy who wanted to take health care, keep health care away from people. I certainly didn't vote for the guy who is in favor of assault weapons, who doesn't want to raise the minimum wage. There are a lot of ways to handle this.
Yep.
I think in a much more positive and offense way.
Well, it was just a dumb decision in general. Like, how do you run against your own president of your own party? I mean, as Bill Maher said, ask President Al Gore how that worked out. I mean, I think now that's known as a historic mistake that he didn't run on Bill Clinton's record. And
we have at least as good a record right now, despite and that's the thing we could have said too, despite the obstruction of the Republicans. And look at what we've accomplished and setting the America on the right path. Even consumer confidence, which was at 37% at the beginning of this term, rose to 94.5% by the time of the election. So it was a bad strategy. And my husband, who's from Louisiana, says when he went to New Orleans, the hawkers outside of the strip joints would say, "Come on in, Sonny. They're going to say you did anyway."
Why didn't?
And that's exactly right. They blame Democrats no matter what. So you might as well be out there supporting the good things that this president has done.
Why didn't that good news message get out there?
Well, let's be clear. Millions and millions of dollars were spent against the president. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. The tremendous power of just a few billionaires. The playing field, of course, was the worst for the Democrats. It was great for the Republicans, and then match that with the secret donors. And then in some states, the Republicans actually masqueraded as moderates and defenders of the middle class. But I really think that part of it was people living in a Fox world, and then also just being upset about not seeing their life get better, and maybe a change would make the difference.
Well, that's exactly, Representative. That, I think, is the stunning thing when you look at all of the economic indicators. Even places like Forbes, who's not, a President Obama, publication, talked about him being the best president economically in recent time. I mean, all the indicators you mentioned. How someone could not win overwhelmingly with that record, is beyond me. But I think, like you say, because people ran away from it rather than trumpeting it.
Partly, but look, for a lot of Americans out there, they have not seen their lifestyle.
Right. And they're told over and over and over and over things are horrible because of the Kenyan president, right? I mean,
I know it was a serious mistake. I think we have to think about our message, and we have to have unity on it too. And that's why I think leadership is so important in the House and Senate on the Democratic side. Yeah. We have to have a consistent, repetitive, bold, positive message about what our country can look like. We're going to have the help of not only the president, but hopefully our future president in making sure we learn the right lesson.
I was just going to say, Representative Schakowsky, funny you just led me into that. Now, if by some wild chance Hillary Clinton should be the nominee, I mean, are we going to learn the lesson from this midterm and not run from the president's record?
Well, I think
because I feel like that's going to piss off his base if Hillary runs, it tries to distance herself like this crop of candidates did.
Yeah, no, I think, and we're going to have some very great voices making sure that doesn't happen. Elizabeth Warren in the Senate. There's a robust progressive caucus in the House. Nancy Pelosi herself, who will be out there. So I think now that the Republicans have to govern, I mean, it's kind of funny, but, there is some value in being able to lay blame, right? And so I think we'll have them as, they're either going to deliver or they're not going to deliver. They're going to sit down with us. They're going to address these issues, or they're not. And frankly, it's hard for me to see how they're going to overcome the numbers of Tea Partiers in the House and in the Senate, the Ted Cruzes, and all the Tea Party caucus. Michelle Bachmann will be gone, but there's plenty to take her place.
Oh, hello, Joni Ernst. Now,
yeah, there you go.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me bring up one, not out of self-interest, but one final factor, and that is
Stephanie Miller
and progressive media in general. But this is part of it. When you talk about the big money, I got to say, Congresswoman, that's part of it, is they have such a bigger media microphone. And I also feel like the mainstream media echoes a lot of the Republican talking points. But I got to tell you, a lot of these right-wing groups prop up the right-wing radio shows. That's why they continue to exist, despite the fact that Rush has scared most of the advertisers away from radio. But you know what I'm saying? It's just, I think it's a whole strategy that we've really got to get it.
I got to tell you something, but the other problem is sort of the mainstream media, who tends to say, well, he said, she said, without analysis of, but what he said was a complete lie.
Right.
It's really not true.
Yeah, to get bookings, they go, let's see what the other opinion on the other side is.
It's not one versus one. There is some truth in there that needs to be reported. So I think we need to really demand that the more mainstream media also do their part.
Well, I have to tell you a perfect example of that real quick before we go. Charlie Pierce, I don't know if you know who he is, from Esquire.com, the fabulous reporter.
Mm-hmm.
He had a face-to-face conversation with Joni Ernst in Iowa, and he said she was talking about the president's not leading on Ebola, and he said, well, you're aware that only one person in America has Ebola right now, and she said, well, you're press, that's your opinion.
I love that.
What else can you say?
Before we leave, I just want to say we had a loss today. Lane Evans, a bold and brave Democrat who was in the House from the late 80s until 2006, died today. He was amazing, and just died at 63 of Parkinson's disease. A tragic loss. And many of your listeners may remember that Lane Evans, even in a district that had been Republican from the Civil War till he won, stood up every day for progressive issues.
Wow. All right. Well, we send our thoughts and prayers and all our listeners. Representative Jan Schakowsky, it occurs to us that you might be a spectacular idea for leadership of the party in some way. And if we can help facilitate that, let us know, won't you?
I sure will. Thank you.
All right. Goodbye, Rockin' Congresswoman.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Representative. There she goes.
Wow.
Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky.
She has.
If we have 100 of her.
Yeah. She knows how to crystallize ideas into action, and I love her.
Not back down. All right, 50 minutes after the hour, right back on the Stephanie Miller Show. The Stephanie Miller Show. Welcome to it. Frangela live in studio coming up in just a few minutes. Squee. 1-800-STEPH-12, the phone number. Toll free from anywhere. People loving on the Representative Jan Schakowsky. Yeah. If we had 100 of her, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know.
Fighters. Like Coral May. Love letter from Coral May. Dear Steph, I've listened to you for years. I consider you my sister from another mister. I am Coral May Miller.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we had to get rid of her for the campaign. Sadly, I work with many right-wing nut job. You know the type, the ones who fall prey to the simple-minded talking points and one-liners of Fox News and assume President Blackie McBlack is out to take their guns and give poor people more food stamps. And yes, it is lonely being the only blue dot in the sea of red, but when I watch Free Speech TV or tune you in on Sirius XM, I find considerable consolation in knowing I am not alone. So thank you for being the you that you are.
Aww.
I'm the only me I can be, Chris.
I've heard. Yeah. I think there's only one.
My mother had hoped I could do better, but I can't.
Why can't you be more
every
like
now
your
and
brother?
again, every now and again, someone will go, I think she could do better. I really can't. This is the best that I can do. Okay, I must admit I let the right-wing nutjobs in on our latest plan. I told them today, last night's election went exactly as planned. We secretly convinced the Democrats to stay home so the Republicans could take control of the Senate, because we all knew in doing so we have perfectly positioned Hillary Clinton to win in 2016. I love it when a plan comes together. It's like taking candy from a baby. Insert evil laugh here. Oh, yes, insert evil Joni Ernst laugh here. Their mouths dropped. I walked away. Right. The president, yesterday, after the
Congress will pass some bills I cannot sign. I'm pretty sure I'll take some actions that some in Congress will not like. That's natural. That's how our democracy works.
But frankly, if you don't like it, you can suck it.
I don't think he said suck it.
Oh, that was just in my head. I was hoping he was at least thinking it.
The words suck it have not left his lips since he's been president.
Okay, the president.
So we got a bipartisan bill out of the Senate.
Immigration.
I asked John Boehner at that point, can we pass this through the House? There's a majority of votes in the House to get this passed. And Speaker Boehner, I think, was sincere about wanting to pass it, but had difficulty over the last year trying to get it done. They want to get a bill done, whether it's during the lame duck or next year. I'm eager to see what they have to offer.
Yeah.
But what I'm not going to do is just wait.
Thank you. Remember his crazy Tea Party base torpedoed immigration.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Kathy in Colorado. Hi, Kath. Welcome. Hello, Kath.
Hi, Steph.
Hi.
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
I know you're short on time. I'm going to drink, quit, and cry.
We have to drink, cry, and then quit.
What were you guys? Sorry, I'm going to do that before I march to Jan's tune. After being represented by Udall for 18 years at the state and the federal level, I just cannot believe, coming from the South, being raised in the South, that I'm represented by a Tea Partier now.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you that Cory Gardner, I heard this over 2 years ago before he ran as a candidate, that he was a Tea Partier in Congress.
Right.
But it was never mentioned.
Yeah, they did a good job camouflaging the crazy.
They really did.
As they say. 58 minutes after the hour, Frangela next on the Stephanie Miller Show.
You know what? It was still kind of gangster, you know? Like, up in the club. If you were wearing a fuel band, you just burned like 300 calories.
A Fitbit.
Right. Well, you can only imagine how...
Up and down with your hand.
Yeah. Oh, is that the shake weight that looks like you're going?
No, it's the bracelet you wear that tells you how many steps you've taken and
calorie burn.
Yeah.
In.
Have you seen the shake weights though?
Yeah. That's a weird choice.
Yes, which is what I'd like to say to America today, on behalf of the midterm results.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's a weird choice.
I haven't stopped drinking scotch. That's so sad.
Well, you're off to Kentucky, so you and the president and Mitch McConnell. Do we have the president from?
You know, actually, I would enjoy having some Kentucky bourbon with Mitch McConnell.
Wouldn't that be a party?
Is it a free state? Okay, is that wrong of me to say? I gotta check. I don't know what Tuesday. Hey, Angela, I don't know what the Jim Crow situation is. I'm just checking on I'm just checking on their particular system.
With our regressive vote.
Yes,
Tuesday.
exactly.
Yes, who knows? You might want to Google it.
Yes. I gotta watch my womb and a whole bunch of things.
Hang on, let's ask Siri. She knows everything.
I love that.
Hang on. Here we go. Oh, Siri's sleeping. Pardon me.
Just to wake up.
Oh, Siri. It says Siri's sleeping. Siri, get up, you lazy bitch.
I don't know if Siri slept.
Siri is
I missed that. Oh, you know what?
She's an unreliable bitch.
You know what?
Sorry, I'll ask her later. Okay. All right, I'm going to try her one.
I never liked her.
I'm going to try her one more time.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't.
Oh, you know what? Forget it. All right. I was going to ask if Kentucky is still a slave state, but okay, well,
I really hope not. I hope not.
Here.
Yes.
Is Kentucky still a slave state?
Checking. Okay, I found this on the web. For is Kentucky still a slave state?
Apparently not. I have to read it.
Apparently. That's not definitely. That's apparently.
That tells you everything you need to know about the election results. I gotta check.
That's how bad it was. We're going way back.
Yeah, that was not an automatic no.
You know what?
I gotta check this.
We're still counting some votes. Let me get back to you.
Great.
Yeah. I was like the 74th person to vote in my district.
Really?
At like 12:30 in the afternoon, which terrified me.
Yeah, there was nobody at my polling place.
This is what we have to talk about. Not only have we played this Bill Maher rant, but I've been saying the same thing for months. I do not get why all these Democrats ran away from the president and his record, which is I think, unbelievably great, particularly with the obstructionism he's been up against.
Yeah.
And no wonder, like, his base wasn't mobilized, but nobody, not black people, not women, not young people, not Latinos.
Nope.
Nobody. Everybody just sitting at home being like, huh?
Well, you know, I have to say, for me, I'm really pissed at, like, CNN, MSNBC, all these, because all they have said for weeks is the Republicans are going to win. And I think they really did. I mean, I know that there's apathy and midterms are hard to get people out to in general. But I feel like that for weeks I've been hearing my vote, it doesn't matter. It's just the Republicans are just going to win.
Exactly. And especially the hard press was 48 hours before.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I was late and then I was like, well, should I vote? Of course I'm going to vote.
Dude, I have to say, my Paul Krugman, you know, he's been dissing the president hard for a while. But then it's like he woke up on Sunday morning and went, oh, my, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Whoa. And actually, I vote for people. Wait. And he wrote this really, like, wonderful article about him. I was like, ooh, that should have happened.
Yeah, a little late.
A little late.
Get on board.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's what they say. They mobilize their crazy base in midterms, and for some reason, we've been saying it for months. You've got to turn out. You've got to turn out. This is so important.
Yes.
And, you know.
There's so many important props and stuff. Like, I'm like, you really do have to. These things are important. They're going to impact you.
Absolutely.
And you can't blame me if you didn't vote when they knock on your door and go, this is no longer a free state.
Yeah.
So,
and,
that's
you know, like Frangela told you.
And I don't mean to hold you personally responsible for black people not voting in this midterm. But my point, Francis and Angela.
We're supposed to wake everybody up. It was our turn to do the carpooling.
It was. I was hoping. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I was working on the phone tree. And Scandal came on. And I'm going to tell you.
She got distracted.
I got distracted.
You're like, wait a minute, Carrie's getting oral sex.
I can't do this. It is depressing. Because all I think is it really going to get worse in the next 2 years?
I was hoping that there would be a backlash, you know, at least among African Americans about not just, you know, the historic sort of disrespect for this president, but about all the voter suppression efforts.
Yes.
And I guess there wasn't.
I think midterms are really hard to get people mobilized around, and then we got influx with this. Who cares? You're not going to win anyway.
That Mitch McConnell was not available for the president's
I'm gonna tell you
congratulations?
something. That pissed me right off.
Right? I was like, what you mean you're not available?
No. Right. You stop mid whatever you're doing. Get up off that toilet
like
and talk to the president.
He just hit decline. Just POTUS. No.
I'm so sick of him calling and texting me constantly.
Right. But is that? I mean, and they're like, oh, he left already. I'm like.
What?
Really? The new Senate Majority Leader does not have a cell phone on which the president might be able to locate him?
That kills me. Can you imagine if that were reversed? If Mitch McConnell was the president and Obama did that? Right. Obama wears a tan suit, which everybody has, and they act like he's just gone and peed on every single veteran's grave.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So then, I'm like, this happens, and you're like, well, you know, he just wasn't in. Really?
Yeah.
And you know, and this is the thing. You know the president's coming. It's going to call. You know everything.
Right.
It's like somebody set that up.
Prep that call. The president just go, hey, dial Mitch.
Right.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, no, they had to call Shirley. Shirley
had to call Tanya.
Yes.
Tanya had to call the real secretary, Edith, who's been sick in the hospital because she got that hernia.
Someone had to knock on Mitch's terrarium.
Exactly.
Hey, Yertle, let's go. Get out of the, turtle tunnel.
That didn't just happen. It makes me so mad. How you going to not turn out? How you going to not? I would have even answered Bush's phone call.
Turtle tunnel.
I'm sorry. Mitch is in his turtle tunnel. Yeah, but I know, I was, that was, it's just, but again, it's sort of like in this wall of disrespect. You're like, oh yeah, of course that happened for the first time ever. But then,
if I were him, I'd be baffled. I'd be like, what? Nobody's never, wait, what?
Yeah.
Not available.
But it just shows you the level of disrespect this president has had to and continues to and will be up against.
Yep. He should just wear a 42 on his back like Jackie Robinson.
I loved all the code words for uppity that people. Mitch McConnell. Yesterday the headline is like Mitch McConnell issues the president a warning.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
See, that's where I go, I would show up at his house.
Yes.
Yeah.
If that was me, we'd roll deep.
What, you're going to be in Kentucky. Yeah. You can show up at his house.
We should totally go over
there. Peggy Noonan said that she hoped that he would be as gracious and humble as George W. Bush was.
What now?
What now? What now?
Yeah, don't be so uppity.
Yeah, we may not let you stay in the big house. Because, okay. Mitch McConnell yesterday after his he had time to talk to other people, I guess.
Yeah. I think the president choosing to do a lot of things unilaterally on immigration would be a big mistake. It's an issue that most of my members want to address legislatively.
Oh, sure they do. Yeah.
And it's like waving a red flag in front of a bull.
Who's the bull in that analogy?
I think he is.
He is.
Oh, he's
Yeah, the Republicans are the bull, and Obama is waving the red flag.
Of immigration.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like he's challenged, like he's saying, "Oh, hit me with your horns over immigrants." I don't. Like, what are they accusing him of? Wanting to do immigration reform? Like that's the accusation.
And basically, what he's saying is that he feels that Republicans are speaking, and they're going to say no. You cannot be in this country. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm into some retroactive kicking people out. You know, like I think we should take a hard look at, you know, the entire cast of Under the Dome. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, sure.
And the writing staff, you know,
But you watched the show, I had to look.
Because it's that bad.
Yeah. I'm
Somebody
for,
has to.
as you know, a lot of Canadians take all the best comedy jobs, so I'm for deporting all of them immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
And Bieber.
Hello.
And Bieber, of course.
Well, that was wrong anyway.
The good news, well, at least the good news for comedy, I have to say, we lost crazy Michelle Bachmann, but the comedy gods have given us Joni Ernst.
Yo, nice.
And her creepy, Twisty the Clown laugh.
That's so. I've got children in my basement.
I eat stem cells.
I eat stem cells directly from the child.
I feel like you've heard that. Someone's heard that laugh on the phone right before. Have you checked the children?
I'm in the house with you. Somebody has. Ew. I'm kind of upset that Clay Aiken didn't win.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Yeah, Clay Aiken. I wanted him to win.
Well, he came in second.
That's true.
Yeah, he's used to that.
He's used to it.
But you know, I don't know if you saw Bill Maher's rant, but he included him as saying he was another one that ran away from the president. Said, "Oh no, I don't need him here." And he's like, "You're gay in North Carolina."
Yeah.
You think the president might be able to help mobilize the base there?
You're a singer. I don't. This was a long shot in so many ways. To quote a Kelly Clarkson song. Who actually did win. What?
That was cold.
Yes, that's cold.
Did Kelly Clarkson win in North Carolina? Wow, I wasn't told.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh, we're going to have fun for day. Oh, do we have another Joni Ernst laugh montage? Yeah. Right. They just want to get a rifle. Rooftop.
That is terrible. Yeah. That is terrible.
We're just saying, I think some people in Iowa have heard that laugh before, right before they went in the wood chipper.
Definitely.
And John Reck tweets, in this last election, the Republican Party pulled a Glenn Close. They hid the crazy until the rabbit was in the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know all this about
she
Joni
didn't
Ernst.
bust his laugh out until her acceptance speech, and then people are like,
what did we do? What have we done?
What the hell?
And then it's that really bad horror film music. Like,
yeah.
He plays as a dominus, and you're like, what did we do?
Yeah, what did we do?
What gate of hell did we open?
Yes, everybody woke up Wednesday and they were like, "Oh my goodness, there's a portal to hell."
We went through earlier. She believes that there's the UN's trying to take everybody's farms in Iowa and take away their property. And also, her crazy husband told her that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, so she thinks,
well, that's where you should get all of your hardcore news, your husband.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless, of course, he's actually, Peter Jennings or somebody.
Right.
I think her husband called Janet Napolitano like a treacherous skank or something like that.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
A traitorous skank.
Traitorous skank.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so weird. You're picking on cabinet members and stuff. I don't understand.
And Janet Napolitano is many things, but I don't think she's a skank.
No.
Well, maybe he doesn't probably know what that means.
Yeah.
It's like
Probably.
the Tea Party said teabagger at first because they didn't know what they were saying.
Right.
And she is serving with a new Tea Party congressman who thinks that it's fine for women to be in Congress as long as they have their husband's permission.
Wow. Yeah, see, that's where I feel like you should be allowed to smack somebody.
Yeah. Just come here.
I mean, both sides. I think you should be doing a front and a back on that.
Yeah.
Just be like, what you say?
Just snap
that's
out of
it.
it.
And then
Snap
just
out
go
of it.
back to the meeting.
Right.
That shouldn't be assault.
Snap out of it.
Okay. 19 minutes after the hour, we roll along with Frangela.
Hey.
What's up?
On the Stephanie Miller Show. time for music as the new Congresswoman from the state of North Carolina. Congratulations, Kelly Clarkson. Number 1 again. You came in first again. Nicely done, ma'am.
Yeah. Really? I don't know why we're not voting for just people like that.
That should be the theme for Tuesday. What doesn't kill us stronger. By the way, you just mentioned this Paul Krugman article. Mm-hmm. Agreeing with a recent article by Paul Krugman, black community activist and author Martin Davis claims in 50 years President Obama will probably be regarded as one of the best presidents America has ever seen.
Absolutely.
First and foremost, Obama being the first black president is similar to Jackie Robinson being the first black Major League Baseball player. It's a challenge in ways that aren't about playing the game. Someone said he should start wearing 42 on his back.
Yes.
It's also important to remember that the Republican Party, upon his inauguration, swore to obstruct, block, and deny him any victories, even if it was at the cost of the American people. There's a double standard for President Obama, and it seems items like the amount of vacation he takes, his birth certificate, place of birth, executive orders, feet on the Oval Office desk, wouldn't be an issue if President Obama was white.
Thank you. No, it would not.
Yeah.
But I feel like that birth certificate, that was an act of racist desperation. You know what I mean? They're like, I didn't vote. There's a black person in the White House. How do we know he's American? How do we know he's American? Height requirement? Is there a height requirement in the Constitution? Comb the Constitution. I'm gonna look. Look at the footnotes. Gotta be a way to get him out.
Senator Mitch McConnell talking about the president. He has a trust but verify policy because, you know, shifty.
Oh, right.
Ninja.
I think my attitude about all this at this point is trust but verify. I mean, let's see. The American people have spoken. They've given us divided government. The question for both the president and for the speaker and myself and our members is, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah. You didn't respect when they spoke for president. You immediately came out and said you were going to actively work against him.
I know. Well, you know what? See, I'm going to tell you, Mitch has a list. He's going to check his credit rating. The president.
Right, yes.
First. So see,
he's going to offer him a subprime mortgage.
That's right.
Or his new mortgage for the White House.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right. Lower his limit on his Home Depot card.
Right.
You know, he's got the plan.
Then they're going to see if they can work together.
Right. Now, I was going to say, that guy's what is a black activist? Are you guys actively or passively black? I'm not sure. See, the fact that we still need black activists. That is,
I think we're activists, but are we black? We're black activists. I would say that.
We're active. We're not active.
We're
black.
People. We're more couch.
We're active. We're actively.
We're active-ish.
We're active-ish.
We're black activists.
That's what we are. We're black activists.
The edges are very active.
All right. I saved this for you. Here's some of what we got on our little fun grab bag, electoral grab bag from Tuesday. Colorado elects a Republican exorcist who believes gay people want your soul. He's a former Navy pastor who tried to exorcise President Obama of demons and believes gay people are soul stealers.
Okay. That demon is called blackness, and that you just can't get rid of with a spell. Trust me, that black people be throwing spells all over themselves if they could.
Now, did he do it in person, or did he call President Obama to try to? If I were President Obama, I would just mess with him and like, hello.
Help me, something inside me.
It's a black person.
Oval Office can help you.
Voters cast their ballots, perhaps the most stunning race in the nation. Colorado has elected Tea Party Republican pastor Gordon Klingenschmidt. I had one of those ones, but I got rid of it with toilet paper. What is that, a Klingenschmidt?
Oh, really? You do a poo joke?
Those can be hard to get off.
It was a very tight race with Senator Dingleberry. And Gordon Klingenschmidt won to represent them in the State House in Colorado. This was not even a close race. Dr. Chaps, as he likes to be called.
What?
He's an ordained Pentecostal minister.
An ordained Pentecostal minister?
He runs
Dr. Chaps?
First
name Assless?
Snakes. Is it me?
Some.
First name Assless, last name Chaps. He's ordained. He runs the Pray in Jesus' Name project. He won with a reported 70% of the vote. He says that while a Navy pastor, he left the military under dubious circumstances.
Oh.
He exercised the sin of homosexuality for many gay and lesbian service members.
What, did they ask him to do this, or was this forced upon them?
He claims he exorcised a woman who had been raped of the foul spirit of lesbianism.
Oh, my goodness.
What is that? I smell that. That's... Even says he has performed an exorcism on President Obama. Oh, we have to break. But there's more, as you might imagine.
Oh, I'm in shock.
I'm so shocked.
I can't even close my mouth.
It's, a friend said it's terrifying. It is terrifying.
29 minutes after the hour. Right back with more Frangela on the Stephanie Miller Show.
A graceful transition into spinsterhood.
It is the Stephanie Miller Show, the Twitterverse, having Twittergasms over the Frangela.
Oh,
what can we say?
Love the people. We have to say happy birthday to Normal Knot. We were supposed to last week.
Hi, Normal Knot. We love her.
Happy birthday.
By the way, you had a little spat during the commercial break. You say that you've asked Francis to stop saying shut up to you so much.
I do. Francis tells me to shut up all the time. I'll be like, we need to go.
I love her.
She doesn't understand. It's like, it's disrespectful. So I'll say something, and I'll be, we need to go do this. And she goes, shut up. And I'm like, don't tell me to shut up. She goes, shut it. I'm like, that's not better.
And it's much better than shut up.
It's worse, I think. Yes.
No. Respectful.
Oh, we have a shut up montage, don't we? Yeah. I know. Normally that is a tool of the right, that sort of thing. That's squelching the free speech of the anti.
I know.
Right?
Hey!
Shut up. That's your song. Shut up, though, with your song. She walked out of the back. Shut up.
Yes, all right. We apologize, Angela. That is.
You could just shut your big yapper.
So I need to carry that around.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because I'm the one who's going to get hit. You're under 5 feet tall, okay? I'm the one they're looking at me like, no, I'll hit this one. That's so.
I know. It's true. It's true.
Always starting fights, I got to finish. She can only beat you up from the knee
You know
down.
what? We're always thinking of ways to, what's the word they call it? Monetize. Monetize.
Yeah.
And, right. I'm just thinking a prize fight between Mei Lee and Francis. Let's go. Right?
Come on, that's all, but from the knees down, she is fine.
Like a little teeny rock'em sock'em robot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually a good idea.
Right? Pay-per-view. Pay-per-view. Pay-per-view, people.
Look at you.
Bling, bling.
Look at you. Yeah.
She's a promoter, like Don King.
All right, let me...
You would look good with that, dude.
That's why I wear the hat. Just and then I take this off. Yeah, right. All right. I wanted to finish telling you about my Klingenschmidt.
Do we have to sign some sort of non-disclosure, or is it?
No, I don't know. Yes, Colorado elected a Republican exorcist, pastor, Gordon Klingenschmidt. He says gay people want your soul. He said they won't be satisfied with your money.
Wow.
They don't really want the T-shirts. What? They want your soul. They want you to disobey God so that you go to hell with them. It's not enough that they go to hell for disobeying God. They want you to disobey God so we all go to hell. That's the devil's
That's a better
whole
party.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody goes, then we don't go. Oh! In hell.
I know.
He says
It's a big circuit party.
he says gay people are cooperating with the devil, and that yes, we are like after you. What else would you like? Oh, straight people's souls? Yes.
You? Oh, no.
Yes,
You
we have
first.
to.
Thank you.
All right.
You know, people are going to wake up like 3 weeks from now and be like, what did we do?
Why didn't I vote? No, because I believe it.
Why did I vote?
It's because we didn't vote. It's because the non-crazies, enough of us didn't vote.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yep.
He says, there is something inhuman inside of them, the gays.
He's very into talking about something that he supposedly is against.
Something inhuman like Joni Ernst's laugh. Because you know what? Sometimes I do that.
That's the devil. What is that?
In 2012, he had said President Obama was working on creating homosexual bonus pay for LGBTs.
I can be gay. Give me a few hours.
I get that.
The bonus.
Bonus?
For LGBT service members, and the gay people are stealing kids and want to recruit children into homosexuality.
Stealing kids.
Over the summer, he sent supporters an email claiming gay Democratic U.S. Congressman Jared Police will join ISIS in beheading Christians, but not just in Syria, right here in America.
Oh, my God.
He then went on to say some Democrats just don't have a sense of humor and don't understand hyperbole.
First of all, who taught him hyperbole?
Yeah.
Who taught him that word?
It's your fault if you don't get my jokes.
Listen, I don't think that's the kind of head that Jared falls on. People, come
Jared
on.
Police is actually married and has children. He's he's not out.
Honestly, I have to say that offends me to my core. Absolutely. You know, I know so many wonderful gay parents in my community, all around the country. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't think heterosexual parents have been knocking it out of the park necessarily. I
I would steal your child if I could.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. She's my own. She'll give you the keys to the house. That's no problem. Getting her packed in a minute.
Because she must be cute as bug's teeth, like you.
Yes. Y'all have
She's a
good
little
time.
fascisty, just a little on the side,
Yeah.
a little dictatory.
Yes, she is.
Just a little bit.
Love it. Love a bossy woman. Okay. Dan in Illinois, you're on with Brangela. Hello, Dan.
Good morning, Steph and the group.
Come on.
I just wanted your view on the new GOP Obama. Evidently, Mia Love out of Utah, who's a Mormon who has been elected to Congress.
She's a black Republican Mormon.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know you could be
Haitian. Yeah.
Well, you know what? She was like, you know what? You can pick any of this, all right? You got to be down with one of these. Black, woman, Mormon, Haitian. I got something for everybody.
I find it so confusing. I didn't know that there were black Mormons. Are there really black Mormons?
And that's the thing about
They're allowed to be now.
Right when they stopped calling them mud people.
Exactly.
They were like,
For a long time, if you were Mormon, you couldn't be black because they didn't let black people in heaven. The Mormons didn't.
Right.
So, like, that's what I don't understand. It's like,
Their heaven is like the worst club ever. Like, you're never getting in there.
But you get your own planet.
yes.
It's like the evangelicals are, they're down with the Jews because of the rapture, but they're like, don't tell them how it ends. Don't tell the Jews how the rapture.
How you gonna be a black Republican first of all, and then we gotta add Mormon?
Yes.
She was like, let me pick everything that makes no sense.
Yeah, some put in the bag, see what happens. She got elected.
She got elected in Utah. That's how you get elected in Utah.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you something. I think if we all put everything we are into a bag, we could get elected. The four of us.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think so too.
Just into a little like shaker.
Yes.
Like a little martini shaker. Flat.
So crazy, cuckoo.
Okay. All right. Senator Mitch McConnell yesterday after his.
We ought to start with the view that maybe there are some things we can agree on.
Yes.
Oh.
Like that you're an obstructionist asshat.
Yeah. With the view. I'm going to tell you how this is going to go.
I hate his
I'm going to
tone.
tell you how this goes.
My listeners are helpers, and they suggested the president just to take a picture of his middle finger and just copy that, just write veto down the middle of it.
Yeah.
Everything they send to his desk. There you go.
I just don't, like the tone.
Yeah.
He's so condescending and
I'm going to tell you
self-important.
how this is going to go.
Really,
It's
are
the new
you?
American order.
Really, are you? Okay. Let's see how that works out. Say it to me. Fly here and say it to me.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, if I was Obama, I'd get chesty. A little chesty.
It's time. You know what I mean?
Oh, like chest bumping? Or
It would be thrust. It's time to just be like, you know what? I don't need this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I would never take his call again.
What do you got to lose now, right?
Yeah.
He's a lame duck.
Well,
He has no-
it's the America of this country. Oh my God, I'm going to lose my mind.
I love voter. I refuse to believe that most people and that most Americans are crazy or stupid or hateful. She thinks I'm overly optimistic about this.
I'm overly optimistic. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic as well.
I just think that we don't
optimist-ish.
We don't vote enough, and we don't make it easy for people to vote, and so
And we keep making it harder for people to vote.
Exactly.
Friends stood online in Chicago for 6 hours.
Yeah.
It should not take that long to vote.
At a midterm?
I was saying I felt
Not at all.
guilty. It took me about 45 seconds to vote.
Yeah, oh, me too.
Yeah. And did you hear that in Brentwood there was a harpist and pastries and lattes?
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine who went to vote, and
remember that 100-year-old black woman that stood in the rain for 8 hours in the last
she
election?
said, I'm going to get my vote because the last century was hard. I'm going to get my vote.
Yes.
My friend went to the voting station. Also, why can't we get the government to actually run elections? Because my problem is the volunteer situation.
Yeah.
They never know what they're doing. They're very sweet and lovely people, but they're always breaking
And I enjoy
rules.
them all in Cocoon.
Yeah.
Exactly. She's literally voting, and the volunteers looking over her shoulder going, oh, you vote for that? Not kidding. What?
Yes.
He's like, you support legalizing marijuana? I like you. And I was like, are you kidding me? She goes, no.
That's not appropriate.
And she kept going, I'm trying to vote. He was like, I know. What else you going to do?
That is not appropriate.
No, baby. You don't want to do that. No,
There's so
don't
much
vote for that prop.
Yeah, you know what?
Did you
I don't
read
even,
this?
Do you
Read
know this
this.
person is judge? Because I don't know what to do on that. It's like, what are you doing? But why can't we? I would even take DMV workers. I really would. At least somebody that could be regulated in some kind of way.
A postal carrier, something.
Even if they were snarky and upset.
Yeah.
I
hate this day.
Dave in Minneapolis, you're on with the girls. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Mama. So two things. For a sad thing or unhappy thing, me unhappy is the Democratic fundraising letters were so negative. I was looking for the razor blades in there to kind of end it all because they were just, well, it's all over. You know, the emails were horrible. They were just horrible.
Yeah.
But the good news is
we lost the House, Pooh. We're going to lose the Senate. Can you help?
Hell, it's over now. You know, Eeyore as political advisor. But the good news is the replacement for Michelle Bachmann is Tom Emmer. And so not only have the comedy gods smiled on you, I sacrificed my virtues so that he would get elected so you would be able to do the comedy gods.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've heard he's a special kind of crazy, just like Michelle.
Oh, he is. I mean, I tweeted something to Chris the other day, and he had a radio show on a conservative station here in town, and that his co-host was the one right after Newtown was saying, well, I would just tell those Newtown parents to go to hell.
That compassionate conservatism we've read so much about.
Exactly. So don't despair. You have a reason to go on living.
Now, what is Marcus Bachmann up to? He's got a lot of time on his hands. Is he going to be styling other women now, or what's happening?
He is. He's a little concerned. He's going to work with that Kleinschmidt or whatever his name is.
Klingenschmidt.
Klingenschmidt, and deal with all those other undisciplined savages that are out there taking it.
Barbarians.
Oh, by the way, I've got 3 straight people's souls in my desk drawer for lunch today.
Oh,
so
awesome.
I don't know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
That's good with an Alfredo sauce.
They're like in a little box like Ghostbusters. All right. Don't cross the gay screens. Don't cross the gay screens. Okay.
I don't even understand. This is my thing. Why doesn't FEMA step in situations like this? Because clearly something's wrong in that in the water there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some sort of zombification. Something's going on.
There might be too much magnesium in the water. Something make it crazy.
What's it called in retrograde on Tuesday?
Mercury in retrograde.
Was it? It was just a combination of hell events.
Did Dick Cheney accidentally open the portal to hell?
Yes. He does leave it open a lot.
Yeah.
He's older now.
Yes.
Okay. 46 minutes after the hour, back with the remaining moments with Frangela on the Stephanie Miller Show.
I'm starting to...
This hour of the Stephanie Miller Show brought to you by Citrix. GoToMeeting, the proven solution for meeting and collaborating with your team online from anywhere. Visit GoToMeeting.com. Click on the try free button for your free 30-day trial. 51 minutes after the hour. Don't take my music away. I can do that with my nose. Okay. All right. I can do that. Frangela's live in studio with us.
Help!
Okay. All right. Oh, you know what?
And you're headed to Kentucky this weekend.
Yes. We're going to Covington, Kentucky.
You know what? I haven't been. I'm going to give it a chance.
I'm going to drink some bourbon.
There you go.
I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I really do.
Brown liquor.
It's probably all at Allison Grimes' house.
I don't want to end up in jail because you drunk on bourbon on Mitch McConnell's front lawn. Like, come on out here.
Yeah.
Disrespect me now.
Yeah.
Are you available for my call, Mitch?
Answer me.
Mitch.
I go knock on his door.
I will.
Right.
Full of bourbon. Just full of it.
Wasn't that Allison Grimes thing the worst example of it? Did you vote for the president? It's just like deer caught in the headlight, huh? I don't know. She was a delegate. Of course she voted for the president.
Yeah. She was a delegate at the convention.
Yeah.
So
I don't, that's not good reportage. Don't you recall that?
My God. By the way, a couple of, I went to all the bright spots, stuff. They were saying this is, the normal 6-year age. Obviously, midterms, that's an ongoing problem that our base doesn't turn out, blah, blah, blah. Somebody said, I love this. If Obama had gotten involved in a sex scandal and Republicans tried to impeach him, it would have gone well.
Yeah.
So I blame Michelle Obama because that's really why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he just doesn't seem like a sex scandal.
No.
You might catch him like forgetting a vitamin.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But not that.
Right.
He's that kind.
Yes. Anyway, but they were saying one bright spot, of course, Jean Shaheen, who beat the carpetbagger.
Scott Brown.
Right.
Yep.
In New Hampshire, but she was one of the very few who embraced the president and Obamacare. So I think there was that. And they were saying that New Hampshire has obvious significance for 2016 as the first in the nation primary state. And I was saying, I hope we learn from this and that Hillary doesn't run from President Obama's record because that's going to piss off the base.
Yep.
Again.
Absolutely. Again. You know what? We can't have that.
Why are we so, like, what's the word I want? We're just so nervous.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Skittish.
It's like, oh, skittish, thank you.
Yeah,
Overreaction.
we're like poodles on linoleum as a party.
Like, gut up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's see some power behind some
You know what?
candidate.
We need to come out there. We could energize a base. You know what?
We need
I'm
to do
telling
that.
you
We
now.
need to do that. But look, I will offer this to any liberal, progressive, Democrat, whatever candidate, liberal, progressive. We will come to your big rallies and stand behind you and be hype men.
Yes.
We'll come and go, yeah, what he said, what she said, recognize.
Yes.
We just do that for the whole thing.
If you're not voting this, you're not American.
What's wrong with you? You don't love your country? What? I think that that is what we can do.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Grow some balls, Democrats, and don't be afraid that crazy Joni Ernst is going to cut them off like you're a hog.
It works. But that's Iowa.
It's so weird. People I expect everybody to act right in the next election.
Yes.
Okay, I know it's a bigger
It's
one.
a presidential election.
Yes,
so
they'll act better. But then there's going to be another midterm after that. So let's start getting our minds around I vote in midterms.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Please.
Because I was saying, this is something everybody's pointed out, but these progressive issues won everywhere.
Yes.
When you put all of our issues, even in deeper end states.
Well, that kills me. They voted for minimum wage increase.
Minimum wage, background
the people
checks.
you elected, one of the first things they're going to do is get rid of that.
Yes.
So good luck with that one.
Yes.
Like you've just taken away your own advances.
Yes. No, exactly. It's like, you're where the heck was David Duke? It's like, right? So I'm for,
Louisiana?
I think there should be a Martin Luther King Day. I'm voting for David Duke for governor. It's like,
what?
What did you do? That's not the guy what?
I don't understand. Is he still around? Why do I have to...
Yes, he was the head of the Klan. He was elected in
the 80s.
Right, somewhere. Anyway, but so that's what they're saying is all of these, all everywhere, minimum wage one, background check, blah, blah, blah. 20, they were saying 2014 was a road game. Democrats will be back at home in 2016. The map overwhelmingly favored Republicans last night, and that's going to change in 2 years, and, so anyway, and are you Hillary fans?
I am. We both are, but I'm a huge Hillary fan.
Yeah, I remember
actually supported
that.
her in the primary.
Yeah.
I've always wanted Hillary to be president.
Oh, so you got the opposite. You took the opposite amount as Oprah because Oprah was like, oh, you're more black than you are woman.
All that.
So you got
I haven't been measuring these things, so I don't really know where I'm at on that on that mixture at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
I could be 60, 40, 40.
Well, you remember how much I took for being an early Obama girl.
Yeah.
I was the wrong kind of woman, clearly.
You were.
Right?
He said, yes, you were.
I was more black than I was a woman. I embraced my blackness.
You're very black.
Out there right there. She is real black.
Like, very.
Yeah.
Don't ever critique that.
You're not blackish.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really. I love Hillary.
Here's why I think what happened Tuesday is because there was Kardashian news and people could not be bothered to vote. I don't know if you know, but Kim Kardashian may have been left off her sister Kendall Jenner's birthday bash list when she celebrated her 19th birthday. Yes. How are you supposed to get to the polls when you're concerned about which Kardashian was not invited to...
I feel bad for whoever had to write that. I really do because
I think they died a little inside. Yeah.
And also
they're probably still paying off those student loans so they can type that.
$150,000 to write that.
That hurts my feelings.
That hurts my heart.
It really hurts my heart. Bless her heart. Bless her. But I wouldn't invite her to my party either. That ain't supposed to be about me. The minute you come, it's about you.
Yeah.
You know what she said? She said, Kendall said, you know what? You just bring down the quality of the environment.
I don't need my party to get crunk. I have class.
Yes. Kanye, no, you cannot bring Kanye up in here.
Yeah, with his own Hennessy bottle attached to his palm. You know what I mean? Like, no.
You know what it is? I think in this economy, the fact that they buy that baby, Kim and Kanye buy that baby. What is it, like Hermes?
Hermes Birkin bags.
Birkin bags.
Yeah.
She has a fur coat.
Yep.
The baby.
Right. Yeah, a wardrobe, which I don't know.
That's Baby North. That's what you're supposed to do. What you talking about?
Right. But I don't have kids, but don't they outgrow their clothes in like a minute? Isn't it like, okay.
Yes.
So she has a whole wardrobe that's worth, I don't know, I can't remember what it was, like $100,000?
It was over $100,000.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fur coats, stuff like
Because that's how you show love.
Because what baby in L.A. doesn't need a fur coat?
Yeah.
Freezing at 80.
Where can we find out more about Frangela?
Go follow us at Frangela Duo on Twitter and at Frangela.com.
All right.
Yay! See you tomorrow on the Stephanie Miller Show.